Imagine the world's eyes fixed on a palace. Cameras flashing, courtiers whispering, and royal watchers waiting for what they believe will be a carefully scripted future. But what if I told you, the most carefully guarded secrets of Princess Leonor's royal engagements were never meant to see the light of day? And what if those secrets revealed a tale of love, duty, and betrayal more shocking than any fairy tale? Tonight, we open the hidden book of Leonor's life, page by page, moment by moment, because the story you thought you knew is only half the truth. And the truth, it changes everything. Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, has lived her life under a spotlight brighter than most can imagine. From the day she was born, she was not just a daughter, not just a child, she was destiny personified. The crown of Spain rested invisibly on her shoulders even as she took her first steps. And yet, behind the gilded walls of Zarzuela Palace, Leonor was not simply preparing for statecraft. She was being guided, even pushed, toward choices of the heart that would one day define her reign. The first whispers of her engagement story did not begin in Madrid or at a glittering state banquet. No, they began quietly, in hushed conversations between her parents, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia. They knew that Leonor's path could not only be shaped by politics but also by love, and love, in the royal world, is both weapon and weakness. What the public saw was a poised, confident young princess giving speeches, attending military training, and dazzling foreign dignitaries. What they didn't see was the carefully orchestrated encounters, introductions to young royals, heirs, and aristocrats across Europe. Denmark, the United Kingdom, Norway, Belgium. Each meeting dressed as diplomacy, but each laced with the question, could this be the one? And then came the first twist in Leonor's engagement tale. The man who captured her heart was not the one the palace had in mind. He was charming, yes. Prestigious, perhaps. But in the shadows of approval, he faced resistance. Leonor, for the first time, felt the weight of love collide with the demands of monarchy. Would she choose duty, or desire? That is where the secret negotiations began. Letters exchanged in private. Late-night meetings shielded from the press. Advisors debating not only Leonor's happiness but Spain's stability. Because in royal terms, an engagement is never just about two people, it is about nations, alliances, and history itself. But here's the contradiction that makes this tale unforgettable. While her heart leaned toward one man, Leonor's sense of destiny pulled her elsewhere. And in the most unexpected twist, she made a decision that even shocked her family. She would not be defined by palace politics. She would not be forced into a life that mirrored the struggles of queens before her. Leonor would carve her own engagement path, on her own terms. This is where the secrecy deepens. The palace released polished statements, but behind the curtain, conflicts brewed. Queen Letizia, fiercely protective of her daughter, supported Leonor's independence. King Felipe, torn between monarch and father, urged caution. Courtiers, meanwhile, whispered of scandal, of political consequences, of headlines that could fracture Spain's fragile unity. And yet, Leonor pressed forward. Each step she took revealed another hidden layer of her journey. The quiet dinners with her chosen partner, the glances exchanged under chandeliers at state receptions, the coded messages in speeches that, to the world, seemed diplomatic, but to those close to her, were declarations of loyalty to love itself. But the climax of Leonor's engagement tale came not with romance, but with risk. A leaked photograph. A private conversation made public. Suddenly, Spain was divided. Supporters hailed her bravery, her humanity, her willingness to place her heart above duty. Critics, however, branded her reckless, accusing her of jeopardizing the monarchy's stability for personal choice. The palace scrambled. Advisors panicked. The media spun. And through it all, Leonor stood still, calm, resolute, unwilling to surrender. And this, dear listener, is where the tale transforms from engagement into legacy. Because Leonor's choices did not simply decide who she would marry, they redefined what it means to be a royal in the 21st century. She was no longer just the Princess of Spain. She was a young woman telling the world, my crown may be inherited, but my heart is my own. From secret dinners to scandalous leaks, from palace approval to personal defiance, Leonor's engagement story is not a fairy tale, it is a war between tradition and truth. And though the world may never know every detail, what has been revealed is enough to prove that even within the most guarded walls, love refuses to be silenced. So, as Spain prepares for the future, one where Leonor will ascend the throne, remember this: her engagement was not just about rings and vows. It was about courage, about breaking chains woven by centuries, about secrets that, once revealed, changed everything. This is the royal engagement tale finally unsealed. And it is only the beginning.